Good morning, everyone. My name is Angela Lehman, and it is my pleasure to be here with each of you guys today. I hope you are just as excited as I am because we are going to be talking about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, the idea of mutual accountability and the drama triangle. So I'd like to start by telling you a story. Many years ago, my boss came to me and she says, "Congratulations, you are being promoted to the operations manager of the dental clinic I worked at." Now I am overjoyed because I have been working my tail off for this opportunity, and I want to show them that they chose the right person and that I am going to make a difference in this job. So a few weeks go by and a couple of my team members come to me with an issue. Dr. Smiley is a dentist that I work with, and he has two dental assistants that work for him, Monica and Gary. Now Monica's worked there for a few years, so she's really good at her job. But Gary's a newer employee, so he's still learning the ropes. Now Monica comes to me and she is mad. She says, "Angela, I am so frustrated and you need to fix this." I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" She says, "Yesterday, Gary went to lunch. He didn't finish his responsibilities. He didn't clean the room before he left for lunch, and the instruments weren't sterilized. I came back from lunch. It put me behind schedule. My patient was frustrated. Dr. Smiley was frustrated. This cannot happen again. You need to fix it." And I'm like, "Okay, this is my opportunity. Angela to the rescue." Now this is where our triangle starts to come into play. So Gary's the perpetrator in this situation because his mistake impacted Monica. Now she's the victim, so she comes to me and I'm going to rescue her. I want to fix this issue for her. So I go and I talk to Gary about the mistake he made, and I let him know it can't happen again and some areas for improvement. Now, how do you guys think that Gary feels? Absolutely. He feels like the bad guy. He's a little bit frustrated because he doesn't understand why his team member didn't just come and tell him that he made a mistake. I mean, he didn't even remember that he made the mistake. Now, Monica in this situation, she feels powerless. She thinks that she has no responsibility to create change in this situation. All she has to do is come and tell me and I'll fix it. And I want to be the hero. I want to prove that I deserve this job. And so I am going to fix everybody's issues because I think that's what I need to do. But how do you guys think the team dynamic is between Monica and Gary at this point? Absolutely. There's animosity. What else? Definitely. They're not communicating, and ultimately, they are not working cohesively as a team. But I think I've fixed the issue for the day. But I start to notice a pattern. One of my team members comes to me with a problem and I jump to fix it. One of my team members comes to me with a problem and I jump to fix it. One of my team members comes to me with a problem and I jump to fix it. But over time, I'm starting to get really frustrated because the pile of reports are stacking up on my desk. I don't have time to finish my work duties. And I'm thinking, why can't my team communicate effectively? Why can't they solve any of their own problems? And I'm also starting to feel really burnt out. It was about this time that a wonderful woman named Stephanie introduced me to this drama triangle. This was originally developed by Stephen Cartman in 1968. So the next time Monica comes to me, I take a different approach. When she comes to me with an issue, I ask her, "Well, that sounds really frustrating. Have you talked to Gary about the mistake that he made and let him know how it's impacting your work?" And she says, "Well, no, I haven't, but I mean, that's not my job and I'm not responsible for that anyways." And I said, "Okay, I understand your perspective, but if you made a mistake, would you want your team member to come and talk to you about it? Or would you want them to go talk to your boss about it?" She thinks about it and she says, "You know what, I guess I'd want them to come talk to me, but I don't feel comfortable having that conversation." I said, "I completely understand. So we can take one of two approaches. The first option is I'll go with you to talk to Gary about what's going on. The second option is you could go talk to Gary on your own. And I would like to challenge you to try that because I know you're capable of it. Gary really looks up to you. He's told me how much he loves working with you. And beyond that, I've learned that the dynamic in the room changes a little bit when there's a third person present. Do you think you can do it? If you decide to have this conversation, I promise I am going to practice with you and I'm going to give you the tools you need to be successful in this conversation." She said yes. A few weeks go by and Dr. Smiley comes to me and he says, "Angela, I don't know what changed, but Monica and Gary are getting along excellently. Every single patient on my schedule was brought back on time today. That never happens. I hear laughter in the hallways. Everything is going really well. And beyond that, that list of reports on my desk is going down. I have more time to finish my job duties, to develop my team, to work one-on-one with them. And I'm not feeling burnt out anymore. So what changed in our triangle? How has the dynamic shifted? First, Gary's not the perpetrator anymore. He's the challenger. And challenges are good. They help us to grow. They're natural. We need challenges. Monica is no longer the victim, and she is certainly not powerless. She is a creator of change. She's now responsible for creating change, and she's empowered because I believed in her, and I taught her how to handle these situations. And I am no longer the hero or the rescuer. I am the coach. I'm coaching my team to improve. I'm giving them the skills that they need to be successful. Now, this is where the idea of mutual accountability comes into play. It's no longer just my job to hold every person on the team accountable. It's now every single person on the team's job to hold each other accountable because they care about each other. They want to hold each other up to the standard of excellence so that way the team can be successful. And I've given them the tools so that way they can do that. Now, when we get back from break, we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can know when you need to be a third party in the conversation to begin with, and how you can set Monica up for success in having that conversation. But before we go on break, I want you to think about this. It's a quote we've all heard before. If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, he will eat for a lifetime. So the question is, are you teaching your team to fish? Are you teaching them how to be problem solvers, or are you solving their problems for them?